Hi everybody, this is Donna Lee with Stampin' and Scrappin' with Donna Lee, and today's video we're back with another part of the Christmas mini album for my youngest grandson. It is modeled after the Brenda album, and I am going to put links to those videos below so you can see Brenda make her album. Now, Brenda doesn't do a whole lot of measuring, and she doesn't use die cut machines like I do, but you need to see how she does it, because honestly it is the most carefree way of creating scrapbook pages or albums or really anything, any type of craft in your life. She's just got a true wonderful spirit, a carefree spirit, and you will be so blessed. You just be so blessed to watch her video, because it really teaches you how to be free to craft and just don't stress over it, and enjoy your process. So I'm going to link those for you, but I've already kind of gone through the album, but today we are going to make another type of page. I'm gonna create a pocket page with you, and then I've done a little a Christmas list, just handwritten Christmas list, add-in page for this album. So let's get started. So let me open up the album to where we are, and I have not added his name to the album yet, but we're getting there. We are getting there. So you see we've got these little, so we got smaller pages, and then the base of the album is 6 by 6. This is the one we created in the first video. So we're gonna add some small photos here. We might do a little flip album in here actually. So I'll come back to that though when I'm ready to do it, and I'm gonna try to find some photos to put in there to show you all that process. So let me make sure that I am okay. So this page goes in here, okay? So we were flipping through, I had it out, I'm sorry. So that goes there. This is our little one we did last week. So we're gonna have little photos, I think, go there, and then we have this page, okay? So I took some cardstock that I have in my stash, and I took the smaller scrap from my chipboard, okay, that was left after I cut out my base 6 by 6 page, and I covered it in two different papers that I have in my stash, and I chose my papers based on the colors of what's on these two pages, okay? So this has the gold in it, right? And it also has green, and so the gold on one side, the green on the other, and of course I don't want these two greens back to back with each other, so I'm putting the gold on this side. So just look in your papers, see what you have, and coordinate them with the paper that you're using in your album, and I bet you can find them. And you can always go neutral. You can always go neutrals. You don't have to always use a print, although prints are wonderful if they work. So if I had a print that really worked with this green, I would have totally used that here, because you're only seeing the edge. But this was so simple. I just measured this little piece of chipboard. I measured it, I covered it using the art glitter glue from May Made It, best glue ever in the whole world. And then I measured how far it was from the edge of the ring hole, right? And cut this, and this is 1 7/8 by 5 is what, from the side of the ring hole to the end, 1 7/8 and it's 5 inches tall. And then I laid this down on top of this page. I used my marker, drew the hole out, punched my holes after I had put paper on both sides, and hand wrote my Christmas wish list, numbered it to 10, and put a place for them or me to write the year. So as I hear them say things they want for Christmas, I just plan to add that in to their albums. So that is this little page, okay? So that's gonna go right there. So now what I wanna do is I want to put a pocket on this page. So I'm just gonna move this over right here and bring the page that I want to make a pocket on. And I think I want to use this stripe, okay? So I'm going to do this in true Brenda fashion. So I have the holes on this side. So I'm going to take my paper and kind of line it up right there, making sure that, you know, it fits, which I know it does. It's 6 by 6, and I went ahead and cut the top off of there, okay? So here's what I'm gonna do. This is true Brenda fashion now, and I just want you to see how she does it. And it honestly, it just makes this so, it just makes this type of crafting so easy, y'all. Just so easy. You know, sometimes we get caught up in the whole perfection thing, although there's no such thing as that, perfection. You know, these are handmade albums, so they're not going to be perfect, but it's the love you make them with. So I've just got art glitter glue along these two edges. I'm going to line up my paper again. I'm going to pick it up, make sure it's lined up to the edges, and apply some pressure. So this is going to be part of our pocket, okay? So now I'm going to take this, oops, I'm going to try and let that dry first. Sure I am. So I'm going to put some pressure here with my little thumb, and I'm just going to rip this. Okay, so I'm just ripping it. I'm coming back to this top edge, a little bit beyond it, and we have a very simple pocket. This is a great way to add your photos, okay? So you just slide your pictures in here. You can put as many as you want, okay? So there you go. You just got them in here. They don't have to be that big. They can be smaller. They can be whatever you want. You're just adding memories, pictures from your celebrations. Maybe you just went out to dinner with people that holiday and you got to visit with family that you might not get to see all the time, right? So you just want to add those pictures in. And like I said before, now you could write on the back of your pictures, or I would put these, my pictures on cardstock and, you know, write, you know, who were we with? Where did we go? Here we are. So we have our pocket page. We have our Christmas list, right? And then this strip kind of goes long ways like that. It's got the green in it. So I'm thinking this little strip right here, because it's going in the right direction, might be a good thing to put down here. I use the Cricut paper trimmer. Now, this is not like the original Cricut paper trimmer. If you've not used the new one, I'm just gonna say, you just need to order it. It's not that expensive. You can find discount codes for it. Yeah, you need this trimmer. It is by far my favorite trimmer. And I've had the same trimmer 15 years before this one, so I really like my trimmers. Okay, so we'll put those scraps back to the side. And this little flap is 5 inches. Let me just double check my math. Measure twice, cut once, right? So it's at 5. So that's good. So we're gonna take this and put it right at the 5 on our Cricut trimmer. Best little trimmer ever. May made it. She told me about it. She sells it. You can also buy it through Cricut. Okay, so here we go. So I think this will look good. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to create a little waterfall piece. I'm trying to find my just good old Scotch tape. Looks like I've got a roll here. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to create a little waterfall. So I know from measuring this that I've got room for 1 7/8, and I have a total length of 5 inches. So it can't be, my little pieces cannot be any wider than 1 7/8, so almost 2 inches, right? Yes, 1 7/8. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go ahead and put down our decorative strip, and I'm just going to put it in the middle. So you will see this as you lift up these little flaps. That's a cute side too. I think I'm going with this though. I went there and I'm just going to stay there because I love it. Okie doke. Okay, so we're going to use the art glitter glue with the fine metal tip. We're just going to put a little bit of glue. Doesn't take a whole lot. Replace your pen. When you order your glue, order your fine metal tip with your pen. Make sure it's the art glitter one because not all pens are created equal. We have our ho 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 ornaments on here. It's going to be a little flip page. I'm just looking at the papers I have left. This is kind of neat, and then I could put white on top of that. I could alternate, so maybe we'll do this. I'm going to measure this at 6 because I got my trimmer right here. If you don't have a trimmer and you have a craft knife or a really sharp pair of scissors, you could do this without a trimmer. You can just rip it. Just kind of line it up where you think you want it and just rip it. Okay, so I need this to be 1 7/8, so I'm going to go to the 7/8, 1 7/8 mark. I put it right there. I'm just going to cut it and put my scrap back over here with my papers. All right, so I want to have 3 flaps. Okay, so I have 5 inches. So let's see. I'm thinking they need to be like 1 3/4. Does that seem right? So 1 3/4 on my, I'm looking at my my measuring, right? So let me grab this and just see. I'm gonna cut one at 1 3/4 on my trimmer. Hopefully you can see that. So we have that. So that's right there. And then another one is going to be right there. And here. Okay, so maybe 1 1/2. maybe not 1 3/4. So let's try, I don't know. I'm thinking 1 5/8. Could have Siri do the math, but I'm not gonna. And honestly, it's too much thought process going on there. So, okay, so that's 1 5/8. 1 5/8, and this does not have to be perfect by any stretch, but that is going to work. 1 5/8 was the right thing. So here we go. We're gonna just go ahead and trim this. So you go to 1 1/2 and then go over 1/8 of an inch, and that is 1 5/8. So here is 1, okay? It's gonna go right there. Let's do it again. Go to 1 1/2, go over 1 more 1/8. That's 1 5/8. And let me get this right, because I moved my paper. 1 1/2 plus 1/8. Right there, here we go. So we got that. One more, go to 1 1/2, go over 1/8 of an inch, and there you have it. Okay, so you have that. Now Brenda would not have measured it like that. I'm just going to tell you, she would have lined it up, she would have torn it, and she would have gone with it, and she would be done with this page by now. So go Brenda. But that's not what we're doing here at the moment. I'm looking for some white scrap. Oh, that's pretty, but it's kind of shiny, so that might not be the right one to use. Let me dig deep in my stash. This doesn't look shiny. So my thought is just to make a little jot, almost a jot journal type thing. I'm not sure this is going to be wide enough. Okay, well actually, okay. So that was 1 5/8. So let me just rip this off. Okay, so I'm gonna cut off the rough edge so I have a smooth one. So 1 5/8, and I want to create a little bit of a border. So I could go 1 1/2 for the width or the depth, right? So the width is 1, not quite, it's 1 7/8 wide. So it's right here. So we're going to take it down 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to do 1 6/8 wide by 1 Okay, so we need to take 1/8 of an inch off of here, right? Yes, yes. So let's just measure this. This piece is 1 5/8, of course. So we're gonna go back to 1 1/2, which is 1 4/8. So we're basically taking off 1/8 of an inch. Now, it would be hard to, you know, tear that just so evenly, but you can so do that. You can absolutely do that. So here we go. We've got that. So now let's take this and create this again. So let me cut another piece of my scrap. This is 110-pound cardstock that I'm using, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this to 1 1/2 this way. Okay. And then I'm going to take that piece, measure it, which is 1 Okay, so let's do this. So we got that. All right, well that, you know, that little piece right there, it's not perfect, but it's really kind of working for me. I think if I took just a sliver off of this, I think we'd be all right. So let's see. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. Do not let perfection make your crafts not happen, okay? You just, we all just need to kind of learn to go with the flow, I think. And Brenda really teaches that in her crafting. Okay, so there we go. So let me cut another one. I'm just gonna go with it, y'all. So 1.5 wide. Okay. And I'm gonna turn this around and I'm gonna take off about a 1/16 of an inch. And I'm gonna lay it on here and see how close I got. So this is just a place, and you could take little pictures and put them here, okay? Or you can write your memories on here. All right, so let me get this put together for you. And then we're going to end this video and I'll be back again with some more of this album. So this, like I said, this is a nice heavy cardstock. We're just putting the glue on the back, but it's great for writing. Oh my goodness, don't want to lose my pen. Let me put it up. Okay, so we have that one. Let's go here. We just want this to be quick and easy and fun, so we can get it made and get our pictures and put in there, and when the kids come over we can sit down and flip through their album and let them look at the pictures. And if they're little, like mine are little, my youngest is little, you know, I'm probably gonna laminate the pictures because I want him to take those pictures out and look at them and talk about them, and I just want him to have fun with this album. You know, this is not something I need to worry about him tearing up. I just want him to have fun and it be a place where he goes to look and remember spending time with the people he loves most in this world. Okay, so this was our, let me get you back here. This was a pocket page we just made. This is our Christmas list. So you're gonna flip that over, and then we're gonna have, okay, this is going to flip. It's gonna flip up, okay? And we could actually come back here and put more places to write things down, or you can add little pictures to the back. So either way you wanted to go, you could actually go this way and flip this up with a memory and put a picture here. I love that idea. And then this one could be like that. And this could be here. Ooh, ooh, I like that idea even better. What do y'all think? Well, you do it your way, and I think I'm gonna go there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put little pictures here. These are gonna flip up. Let me show you how they're gonna flip up, okay? So let me get that. All right, so we are going to take good Scotch tape, okay? And we're gonna take our piece right here, and we're just lining it up at the top in the far corner because we don't want to interfere with our ring, right? We want it to be over to the edge, and it can actually hang off a little bit, okay? And then you put it down on your surface, or I have to. You can probably hold it. And I'm just gonna put a piece of tape, Scotch tape, right here across the top of this. Okay, and then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim my tape because it doesn't need to be as wide as I made it. And I'm going to line this up again, making sure I leave plenty of room for my ring. And I'm going to fold the tape down and over. And unfortunately, that means that my Christmas list has tape on top of it. Oh, and dog hair too, y'all. Okay, let me see if I can get this up real quick. I don't. I can redo this if I need to. I can absolutely redo this list, which I may. I may come back and redo it. Okay, gotta get the dog hair off. Ugh. Goodness. Let me see if I can get it off. So ideally, you would do this tape business first, but I can't pull that up. So I may end up redoing this, and that'll be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna put that down and flip this back over, and you see, it's just gonna flip up, right? It's just gonna flip. So the top, I'm just gonna kind of push that down. I want it to get attached there. So we have the first one, and now the second one. So I'm gonna line this up. Excuse me. All right. So on this one, I want you to see what I'm doing. I'm going to take the tape and I'm sticking it to the edge, okay? And then I'm just, let me get my finger out of the way. And then I'm just sticking it down onto the paper. But it's gonna flip. It's gonna flip up and back. And these could be longer. They, you know, they don't have to line up. I just wanted them to. So this is gonna go here. So I'm gonna put that one down, and I'm gonna get another piece of tape. And you wanna use good tape, okay? You could use washi tape if you had some that coordinated. I don't, but you could. So absolutely, get your washi out, make use of it. You know, if you're worried about it coming up, just, you know, do a little extra art glitter glue there. So now that one's down, and we have a little flip. So you can put little pictures here. You could put more writing paper if you just want to do memories, whatever you want to do. But that is the next page in our album. So we have that, this, and then it will come up to this page. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope that you are having fun creating, stamping, and scrapping, whatever you do, whatever your favorite craft is. Make time to do it, because life is better when you get your craft time in, and bless other people with what you make. So I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell once you subscribe so that you get reminders when I have another video posted. And I will see you in the next video, and we will do a different type of page in this Christmas mini album that is modeled after the Brenda album. Check out the links below. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.